This is insane. The Suns are trading Kevin Durant. According to reports, the Phoenix Suns will work closely with Durant and his agent to get him to a different team. And the New York Knicks will absolutely be interested. However, an NBA insider just confirmed that if any team is going to go after Kevin Durant via trade, the asking price is insane. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. An NBA insider reveals the Suns' asking price in any Kevin Durant trade. Teams like the Knicks are currently getting ready for the postseason. But if you're the Phoenix Suns, your summer has started early. And what do you do in the summer? You make moves. And in the case for the Phoenix Suns, you make team-altering moves. And that's exactly what the Suns just did. Shout out to Shams of ESPN for breaking down the following information. According to him, he reported the Phoenix Suns have fired their head coach and Mike Budenholzer after finishing in 11th place with a 36-46 record in his one season. But that's not all. More changes are coming. Not only did the Phoenix Suns fire their head coach, but Shams just reported that the Suns are working with Kevin Durant to trade him to a different team. Shout out to NBA Central on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, the Suns are expected to work with Kevin Durant and his business partner, Rich Kleiman, to find Durant's next landing spot. And you know me, guys, I could not stop here. I looked into this further and I got the following information. Shout out to Shams of ESPN for giving us the following information. According to him, the Suns firing their head coach is marking their first action in a summer of change coming to the Suns. Phoenix is expected to engage in trade conversations involving Kevin Durant and will have discussions on the future of Bradley Beal. Multiple teams will seriously pursue Durant, who finished another stellar season, and the franchise is expected to work with Durant and his business partner and boardroom CEO, Rich Kleiman, on the next landing spot for the future Hall of Famer. Now, I know the question you guys have, because I had that same question. Multiple teams are going to be interested in Kevin Durant. Which teams are going to be interested in Durant, and what teams are going to try to actively pursue him? Well, I don't know if you guys missed this on the first slide that I dropped here, but as you can see here from Evan Cedarty, he states the following. The first round of the NBA playoffs will have a direct impact on the future trade market for Kevin Durant. Teams like the Knicks, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Rockets could aggressively pursue Kevin Durant this summer if they flame out early in the postseason. So now we know the teams that are possibly going to trade for Kevin Durant this offseason. It all depends on what happens for them in the postseason, though. But that's not all the information we have. We know the teams, but is that all the teams? And apart from those teams, what are the odds that any one of those teams lands Kevin Durant this offseason? Well, I looked into this information and I got the following reports here. Shout out to NBA Central and Evan Cedarty for giving us the following information here. According to them, the Houston Rockets are the favorites to land Kevin Durant. This is coming from the odd makers at Bovada Official. Here are the odds for the teams to get Kevin Durant. Houston Rockets with the best odds at plus 120. Surprisingly, right after them, the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors plus 325. San Antonio, same thing, plus 325. And then the rest of this list all rounds out to plus 700 for the Timberwolves, the Knicks, and the Heat. But something we have to mention here. This happened in 2019. So it's been a minute, but it's still absolutely related. Shout out to Cedarty for giving us this following information as well, too. According to him, the Suns will work directly with Kevin Durant and his business partner, Rich Kleiman, to find a preferred trade destination. In 2019, Kleiman and Durant's dad wanted him to sign with the Knicks over the Nets. New York figures to be a serious trade suitor for Kevin Durant this offseason. We mentioned it before, and I need to mention it again. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Kevin Durant, the Knicks' interest in him, all of that is real. A couple of years ago, his agent wanting him to go to the Knicks instead of the Nets, that was real. All of these things happened. Now, some Knicks fans want to brush it away, pretend that it never happened. It was never on the table in the first place. But I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to be that way. I understand that at some point in time, the Knicks wanted KD and KD wanted to come here. Then that shifted. But it seems like that shifted back again because Shams reported a couple of weeks ago that during the trade deadline, the Knicks had serious interest in trying to trade for KD. But here's the catch. KD had serious interest in coming to New York, coming to this team. What's going on in Phoenix right now is unbelievable. They fired their head coach. They're looking to trade Kevin Durant. More moves are coming. Next season for Phoenix, they could look like a completely different team because right now, the way their offseason is shaping up, they are going to make so many changes, it's going to make everybody's head spin. But ultimately, whether the Knicks pursue KD or not will all depend on how they do in the postseason. So we're going to have to wait and see how they do in the playoffs before we understand what's to come in the offseason. But let's say New York does entertain a KD trade in the offseason. The next question that comes up is, what is the cost? What is the cost to get KD on this team? Well, according to an NBA insider, he revealed the cost to trade for Kevin Durant and get him on your team is absolutely insane. Let's break down these following reports that we have here. Shout out to NBA insider with CBS Sports, Sam Quinn, for giving us the following information. According to him, the Suns and the Knicks may be able to find common ground on a blockbuster deal for Kevin Durant. The deal he's referring to would send Durant to the Big Apple in exchange for Karl Anthony Towns. And NBA insider Sam Quinn believes it's something the Phoenix GM Matt Ishbia would do. According to Sam Quinn, trading Durant for Cat instead of targeting a premium young player or getting his picks back seems like something that Ishbia would do. Quinn continues here by stating, "This is fascinating to me on so many levels." He's speaking about a potential trade that will send Durant to the Knicks and Towns to the Suns. According to Quinn, "I'd feel so bad for Cat, trading him away from his hometown team right after the mini trade. But him and Devin Booker have talked about playing together for years. Maybe that softens the blow. Would be a huge bet on Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks if they made this trade, though." A lot of things to break down here. Firstly, the Phoenix Suns, they're looking for a player like Karl Anthony Towns that makes similar money that they can trade for KD. We know what it costs for New York to get Cat. We know what his value is. It costs the Knicks a multi-time all-star, a young player in Dante DiVincenzo who is having a breakout season, and a first-round pick. If we break that down, that's essentially what the Suns want for KD. The Suns want that type of package for Kevin Durant. An aging Kevin Durant on a one-year deal still needs to be extended, making all of this money. So you want a team like New York to gut the team in order to get KD on the roster? That doesn't make sense, number one. And that trade package is absolutely insane. That cost is absolutely insane. You have to work with the players that you have and what you have available right now. The Suns are in one of the worst situations in the entire league. Everybody in the NBA knows that. We're not going to pay a premium for KD when you're in this situation. Sometimes you have to go by the leverage that you have. And the leverage from the Suns right now is nearly non-existent. Everybody knows KD wants to leave. Where is their leverage? They don't have any. Look at the situation they're in. Their future, their assets, their draft picks. They don't have anything. You think that you get to set terms? You get to tell everybody else how many things you want for KD? That's not how it's going to work. Let me break something down for you very quickly. You may want Karl Anthony Towns. You may want a young player like a Deuce McBride. You may want a couple of first-round picks. You can want all of these things. If you're trading with the Knicks, you're not getting any of those things. New York is not going to gut this team to trade for an aging KD. I'm not going to deny his skill set. He is a monster, still lethal, still extremely efficient. If New York could get him on this team for a very low cost, I would have no problem with it at all. I recognize how good he is. I recognize he's a superstar. I recognize how skilled he is. But I also recognize he's an aging superstar. And we don't need to make a commitment to an aging superstar. Right now, the only trade that should be made, and that's if it's available and on the table, is a trade for Giannis. That's it. That's the only trade New York should make at this point in time. If it's not Giannis, it's no one. But what about you guys? What do you think about these reports indicating that not only did the Suns fire their head coach, but they are actively working with Kevin Durant and his agent to find Durant's next team this offseason? Let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.